What's up, lore masters? This video is an analysis of the second battle of Deep Space Nine and will be the first part of a two-parter where I not only break down the battle but discuss how Starfleet and the Dominion were both idiots at the end of the day. To see the prelude of how we got to this battle, check in the top right hand corner or in the description below. As we discussed before, Deep Space Nine would have all of the personnel and most all of the Bajorans evacuated completely from the station to Bajor. Those who were left would include the few Bajoran militia and engineers that stayed behind to keep the station running, establishment owners wanting to protect their stores and restaurants, and Starfleet officers. Additionally, Starfleet security would be roaming the hallways with blaster rifles at the ready. I know that this is somewhat of a rehash, but it's interesting that in this instance, it appears that Starfleet has taken control of the station against the Bajorans' wishes. This would portray Starfleet as hypocritical and make them look like they were invaders, just like the Cardassians had been. While I'm sure the Dominion used this fact as propaganda against Starfleet to the Alpha Quadrant, the truth is Bajor only agreed to be neutral due to the request of Sisko. So behind the scenes, the attempt to stop the Federation from using the station is feeble at best. Things would begin to really heat up when a Dominion fleet enters into Bajoran space. Sisko orders Martok to take up position beside the Defiant as the Defiant still needs to place its ordnance. The minefield would have to be placed no matter what the cost, and it couldn't be activated as they go because that just wouldn't be good TV. Sisko then orders the weapons array activated. Kira, of course, protests, as I stated she would on behalf of the Bajoran militia. After Sisko says it's noted, she promptly takes her station and the crew prepares for battle. Dukat orders attack wings 1 through 5 to destroy the Defiant and the rest to directly engage Deep Space Nine. The Dominion fire on the station and, surprisingly, the shields hold. Again, we'll discuss that in another video. While the main fleet of the Dominion engages the station, the attack wings try to break through to get to the Defiant. Deep Space Nine targets them directly, choosing to take out those vessels versus defending itself against the bigger fleet. Even with the focus fire of DS9, however, some of the ships do get through. The remaining attack wings that get past Deep Space Nine, apparently only 3 ships, there may be more but we never see them, attack the Defiant. Martok's ship, the Rotaran, decloaks and destroys the vessels before they are able to defeat the Defiant. From this point on, the Rotaran would be able to run interference for the Defiant so that it wouldn't be bothered. After all, who says there's never a Klingon around when you need one? As the battle progresses, Dukat orders that all vessels focus their attacks on Section 17 of the outer docking ring. Even with the upgraded defenses, Deep Space Nine's main power would fail with auxiliary coming up to continue to power the shields. Luckily, the crew of DS9 wouldn't have to wait for much longer as the minefield is activated and the Defiant returns to the station. The Dominion fleet pulls back with reserves coming into Bajoran space for a final push. Sisko then orders all Starfleet personnel to evacuate. Before the evacuation, Sisko broadcasts to the Defiant and the station about the triumphs of Starfleet on this day. He tells everyone that their sacrifices didn't only include defending the minefield, but that while the Dominion was busy with Deep Space Nine, a Starfleet task force was able to successfully destroy the Dominion shipyards at Taurus 3. How he'd know this task force was successful as it happened during the second battle of Deep Space Nine is beyond me, but maybe he's lying and just hopes that it was successful. After the Defiant and Rotaran escape, Kira initiates one of Sisko's final programs on Deep Space Nine. It completely guts and destroys most of the station's internal systems, all but life support, I'm assuming. Kira then sends out a message that Bajor welcomes the Dominion to Deep Space Nine. Dukat and Weyoun, oh, you may not know Weyoun, he's rarely talked about, little known character, don't even worry about him, but both he and Dukat enter onto Deep Space Nine. It would be a victory, though the dialogue appears to make it seem like a Pyrrhic one, as the Dominion would lose the shipyards and have at least a loss of 50 ships for this battle. There's a lot to break down here, including the dialogue and the tactics that were used, so I'm going to stop and dedicate an entire video to it. It's definitely not because I'm unsure of how to animate this battle, so I don't know how long I'm going to be doing that, but more that I really want to break down and talk about all of the topics. That is definitely why I'm doing it. Stay tuned on the next episode where I discuss why this was an absolutely stupid play by Starfleet and the Dominion.